Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and for today's video we have a very special reaction, one that you guys have been requesting for quite some time, and I finally find the time to film it. I am talking about my top 20 Miss Universe 2020 contestants based on the close-up videos that were recently posted to Miss Universe channel. In order to determine who the candidates were, not only did I watch every single video on the playlist, but also I judged them based on 4 elements that I was able to find on Miss Universe website. The elements I took into consideration are personal change, professional change, philanthropy work, and likelihood to become a role model. I just wanted to give you a full disclaimer that my top 20 is based completely on the videos that were uploaded to the Miss Universe channel, meaning that this ranking might change drastically at any point during the competition depending on how well the queens perform, and the ones who made it into the top 20 is exclusively because of those videos and the way that they presented themselves during that 1 minute period that they had. One more thing, my ranking is an alphabetical order, meaning that as of right now, I'm just showing you the queens that I think have the potential to make it into the top 20. I'm not yet ranking them by chances of winning or anything like that. If you enjoyed my video, then go ahead and leave a like on it so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, I want you to go in the comment section and let me know who are you rooting for, who are your top contestants, and what are the elements that you are using personally to determine who your top contestants will be. Alright my friends, so without further ado, let's get into today's video. I really hope that you enjoy it.
Be strong.
Okay everyone, so first on the list we have Miss Australia. I thought that she had a very interesting personal background because she is a South Asian Australian who grew up in the First Nation territory. Already that's a very interesting mix if you ask me, but then when you add on top of that the professional layer, she mentioned that she studies psychology and management. She is also a writer, a speaker, a creator, a life coach. I'm not only impressed by her mixed background, but also because of her scholar credits and everything that she has been able to achieve in such a short period of time. When it comes to philanthropy, she did mention that she is all about growing community, fighting racism, fighting bullying, and promoting inclusion. I think that she is very likely to become a role model because precisely of this mixed background, a very diverse heritage, and not only that, having a very inspiring message to transmit, but also having the qualifications to back it up. Number 2 on the list, we have Miss Barbados. I like the way that she introduced herself in the sense that she was extremely natural when it comes to talking about her background, but she did spend most of her time talking about her country, how beautiful it is, how warm and welcoming the people are, and that's okay because I love to hear those elements. However, when she started speaking about her professional career, her background, that's when she really had me hooked up because she says that she was in the travel industry and then she saw herself forced to transition into being a CEO of her own company. She did not specify in the video, but I am assuming that it was because of the current state of the world and the pandemic that is happening, and that right there is a story of resilience, making something positive out of a very negative situation. As if that wasn't enough, she added on top that she is actually a survivor of gender-based violence and she is promoting safety for women. When you put all of those elements together, you get a very strong contestant. Number 3, Miss Cambodia. I liked her so much because she was so down to earth, which makes her relatable, but at the same time so inspiring. This woman speaks 3 languages, is part of a generation of new leaders, and just like she said in her own video, she lives in an ever-evolving country. And when you mix those elements with passion, ambition, a lot of resilience, you literally become unstoppable. Professionally speaking, she said that she is into martial arts, part of the film industry in front and behind the cameras. And what I admire the most about that is that she is really breaking stereotypes here, giving visibility to women in industries that are mainly male dominated. If you ask me, I feel like she is the perfect reflection of this evolving country, this idea, and overall she just felt like a breath of fresh air, very inspiring, very genuine, very ambitious. Number 4, we have Miss Canada. And you guys, for this one, I have to admit that I have a soft spot, not because I live in Canada, but actually because I thought she was definitely one of the strongest contestants within my top 20. For me, Miss Canada, it's pretty near the top. She is an immigrant who was born in Kenya, but her parents came from South Sudan, and then she moved to Canada. But throughout this entire immigration process, she has not seen her family for 20 years. I feel like so many people, so many immigrants out there can relate to this story, myself included, and I think that's why it really came and played with my emotions a little bit. For Miss Canada, they didn't provide a lot of professional background when it comes to her video. However, they did focus a lot on her philanthropy, on her activism, so many pictures of her implication during the Black Lives Matter protest. Can you believe that she was able to pass a petition to the city of Vancouver here in Canada to name a specific day, the Day of Emancipation? Overall, she's just trying to help people regardless of the color of the skin. In my opinion, this is my definition of a leader. And not only that, what I really like about her is that she is actually doing the work now. A lot of contestants who didn't make it to my list was mainly because within their videos they said, I would love to at some point when I graduate, No, this woman is putting the work now, so I definitely feel like she's up there in the top. Number 5, we have Miss Colombia. We have an art lover. She speaks a lot about her passion for music and sharing that love with the youth. I also love how beautiful she looks and so well put together. I even noticed like the room where she was filming, everything was like so perfectly placed that I was kind of like freaking out. My OCD was like having a rest day. She had a very positive message about having confidence to achieve anything you want in life. She runs a children's foundation. She promotes education, love, good values. I mean, the full pack. And overall, I think that she can be a very strong role model because she's all about education, giving back to the community, the youth. So all of those are very Miss Universe-like qualities. Number 6, we have Miss France. Okay, she gave me a lot of like leader vibes, strong, independent woman in charge, like she knows what she wants, she's just going for it. She actually has a master's degree in management of institutions. This is the approximate translation of what she actually said in the video, because I do have to mention that she did not speak English at all during her entire video. I don't know if that implies a language barrier, but I think we're gonna see the evolution of that throughout the competition, if it's gonna play against her. She was very involved in medical research, specifically for Alzheimer's. One of her family members, her grandmother, suffers from it, and clearly it was something that was very important for her. She also mentioned fighting for women's rights and making sure that women's voices are heard. So overall, I feel like she was able to showcase all of the elements but once again, the only thing that I'm a little concerned about might be the potential language barrier. Number 7, we have Miss Great Britain with a little bit of a particular story. This one was surprising to me. She was describing how music is her passion in life, and then they started like showing footage of her competing in Britain's Got Talent, and I was not expecting that at all. But then she gets a little deeper and starts telling us about how she was broke at the time, she did not have a job, but then through education, resilience, and hard work, she was able to graduate. And as a matter of fact, she now has 2 degrees. The first one in International Economic Policy and Analysis, and she is also all about women's leadership, inclusion, equality. I honestly feel like her story is extremely inspiring because at the end of the video you kind of understand that she was able to build a successful life for herself. However, she never gave up her love for music and art. She still does it on the side, but it's one of those scenarios where life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Number 8, we have Miss India, and her story was extremely inspiring because it was all about war traumatism as a child, something that so many children all across the globe are exposed to, and sometimes I feel it's a message that we don't talk about enough. The only thing for Miss India is that we did not touch almost at all her professional background during this video. I don't know if it was edited out or what happened there, but I was not able to understand what she did for a living, let's say. However, they did put a lot of emphasis on her inclusion advocacy, how she stands for bringing people from all sort of religions and languages, to bring them all together and be as one. That is kind of like the context in India. People from a lot of different backgrounds, different beliefs, coming all together as one. So I think that she is really representing for her country on that level. Who doesn't love a message of union and love regardless of any differences? I love it. Number 9, we have Miss Indonesia, and this girl, oh my god, I was relating to her from the very first moment that I started watching the video. She spent like a good 15 seconds talking about spicy food and how much she loves it, and I was like, girl, me too, girl. Those are things that I really want to find in a beauty queen because I want her to be relatable. Sometimes people get a little detached from beauty pageants because they cannot relate to the standards and the level of perfection that we strive for. So it's very refreshing to see someone that on the opposite end has all of those qualities but at the same time is relatable. Once again, from Miss Indonesia, we did not get a lot of professional background. However, they really focused on her message of inclusion, even mentioning that in Indonesia they have approximately 100 languages. I'm guessing that inclusion must be a real challenge. And she did mention something at the end of her video that really made me like her, and this is why I believe she can be a role model. I'ma quote her: "A strong woman stands for herself and a stronger woman inspires others." Do I need to say more? Next one, Miss Jamaica. Miss Jamaica was telling us all about her international career as a model and all the challenges that come with it. She spoke about traveling all around the world to like very important cities and participating in very important runway shows. But the most inspiring part of it was when she started talking about her mom and the close relationship that they had together up until the point where her mom passed away. And this is where I truly believe that she did something extraordinary with her life experience. By taking this very unfortunate event and turning it into something positive, trying to promote mental health for teenagers, especially in fields such as modeling that can be very toxic sometimes. And she did mention that she wanted to be a role model for those who do not have a reference, because there is a lot of power in having someone that you can look up to, that you can ask for advice. So personally, I feel like she was checking all the boxes for me. I'm excited to see what she's gonna do during the competition. Number 11, we have Miss Malaysia, and this one is so exciting. I'm so glad to see her. Just like already to have her in the competition is an event of itself, because she is the first indigenous girl to win Miss Universe Malaysia. Already there you have a message of visibility for an entire community. You have a message of inclusion. That's precisely what she explained during her video, is that for her this was all about giving a voice to her community, breaking stereotypes, give them visibility and show what they're capable of, because in their country they are considered to be kind of a minority, and unfortunately, just like with most minorities, there are a lot of stereotypes and judgment that are attached to those communities, mainly coming from ignorance. So I think that Miss Universe will bring a lot of visibility for her and will provide her a platform to better showcase who her people are and who she is as an individual. Number 12, we have Miss Mexico. And you guys, I can relate to this one because she started like goofing around, just talking about her huge, like the biggest family ever. And I was telling myself, that's such a Latino thing. Like, gosh, I'm from Cuba, and when she started talking about her 48 cousins, I was like, girl, I feel you, I can relate to you. Like, I know what you're talking about. Not only that, but she also told us all about how she works for the tourism office, promoting her province, her culture, her language, her heritage. She is also an ambassador for women's rights within her community, and she is constantly fighting to advance those rights to make it better for future generations. Overall, I thought that she was extremely well spoken, and she met all of those boxes, right? Strong family values, implicated within her community, lots of purpose, beautiful overall, relatable. What else do you want? Number 13, we have Miss Nicaragua. The reason why I chose her is because her personal story was very relatable. She was coming from a humble family but with very strong core values, and she also explained how she started working at a very young age. I feel like in most countries people can relate to this type of struggle. However, nowadays she works as an agro-industrial engineer. She is a consultant for small and medium businesses, and she did spend a good part of her video talking about local tourism, promoting culture, places within her country. My only concern about Miss Nicaragua was that she focused a little bit too much on her locality rather than expanded that internationally. Don't forget it, girl, you are already Miss Nicaragua. Now we need you to be Miss Universe. Like, how are you gonna take that extra step? Number 14, we have Miss Panama. And I loved her because she just brought like a different perspective. She was telling us all about how she comes from a family of free, independent, strong women. She was talking about her great-grandmother, so you have generations of strong women. And not only that, she also told us about her career, how she was the first woman in her family to go to university and achieve a journalism degree, but on top of that she added a psychology degree, which is now using for social impact within her community. Journalism gives you a voice, and psychology allows you to understand the people. Those are elements that a Miss Universe can really use in her own advantage. So I feel like if she plays the cards well, she has a very good chance of having a good position within the competition. Now, once again, a little bit of the same challenge as Miss Nicaragua. How are you going to take that impact that you have within your local situation and bring it to an international level? 15, we have Miss Peru. I liked her. She was very bubbly, she was young, inspired, she was working in a field that is mainly male dominated. She worked as an assistant audio engineer in New York. So I believe it takes a lot of character, a lot of resilience to kind of navigate those waters, you know, when you're in a field that there is a gender bias. It can be quite difficult. So I feel like her story is going to connect a lot with the youth, especially with this whole movement of awareness and equality that we have in recent years and that younger generations are fighting for. She also talked a little bit about her love for animals and rescuing animals. She did mention even at some point that she would like to get a farm and potentially open like a sanctuary, something along those lines, which I think is an amazing idea. And once again, these are new, like current, up-to-date ideas that I believe that are going to translate very well with the new generation. People will connect to it. Number 16, we have Miss Philippines, Rabiya Mateo. I have already made 2 videos on this channel about Rabiya and I really love her. She's one of my top contestants. A lot of people think I'm biased because I have a channel with a lot of Filipino content, but I truly believe she has what it takes. Extremely humble, down to earth, relatable. When it comes to her profession, she does something that is so necessary. She is a teacher, education, fighting for the youth, giving the people the tools that they need to advance in life. And that is a message that a lot of people can connect with, because when you help the youth, you are not only helping the next generation of people, but you're actually helping your country and the economy. And it's kind of like a vicious circle. And I do believe that she has what it takes to bring the crown back to the Philippines. I just hope that she doesn't crack under the pressure, because there are a lot of people rooting for her, but there's also a lot of hate out there for Rabiya. So girl, just stay like laser focused. Don't even mind the hate. Just keep your eyes on the prize and go for it, girl. Make us proud. Number 17, we have Miss Puerto Rico. And once again, this is one of the queens that was able to provide a very relatable story. She talked a lot about her family, the values, how important it is, her desire to showcase her country, her heritage, the culture from Puerto Rico. We did not get a lot of professional background when it comes to her. However, the message that she had was a very strong one that I feel it applies to a lot of context. That's why I picked her, because she has an international message, meaning that when something goes wrong, you have to kind of like rise from the ashes. You know, Puerto Rico, they have like so many natural disasters, political issues, all type of things, you name it. But Puerto Rico, it's constantly one of those countries that just keeps on rising and keeps on. It doesn't matter how many times they fall, they always get up. And that is the message that she wants to take from her country and bring to the rest of the world. Very inspiring, and to a certain extent, it can be a role model. Number 18, we have Miss South Africa, and honestly, I feel like this candidate was pretty solid. Starting with her story about how close she was with her family, growing up with them until her dad passed away of cancer, which kind of forced her to become a lot more independent, grow faster than what she usually would. But she didn't let that slow her down. She actually became a fashion designer. She owns her own company, and at the same time she's a model, an entrepreneur, a student, and a family breadwinner. Literally my definition of a strong, independent woman. Because not only she's opening a path for herself, but she's also supporting her family and carrying pretty much everything on her shoulders. I felt like she was an example of resilience and opening new doors for yourself, hard work, and all of those are elements that you want to find in a Miss Universe. We are almost done, guys, only 2 more. Number 19, Miss Thailand. Okay, so Miss Thailand, I previously reviewed her video alongside Rabiya, so if you haven't watched that reaction, go and check it out. But overall, I really liked her personal story when it comes to, you know, like the fact that she came to Canada to study, so she's kind of like an immigrant. The fact that she decided to go elsewhere for education was extremely inspiring. And once she was done, she decided to go back to Thailand out of love for her country. She said that she never felt at home in Canada. And you know, it takes a lot of courage because regardless of the opportunities or the economical situation of the countries, she did choose her people and her culture over perhaps financial opportunity. Overall, I feel like she's an example of resilience, of love for her nation. She is very well spoken and it seems like it's very well grounded as well. The only issue that I had with her video was that she spoke a lot about herself. I didn't get almost anything about her philanthropy, like what is she gonna do if she wins the title. But once again, let's keep in mind that these videos are edited. Sometimes the queens do mention those elements. However, after that, because of a timing thing, they have to trim certain things out. So we didn't get to hear that part, but overall she gave me great vibes and I think that she's a strong contestant. Last but not least, we have Miss USA. About Miss USA, I love the fact that she had strong family core values and she described how she had a bond with members of her family, like writing letters about injustice, so very implicated within politics, building a better future for your generation, for the people. Something that I loved about her is that she was so young, but she was so full of dreams. Like politically, she was implicated with the situation with the inmates here in America. That's like a big issue, and the fact that she was into that at such a young age, I think it's admirable and totally commendable. She's also an advocate for women's rights, equality, justice systems. On top of that, she's a brand owner. She wants to get implicated within the film industry, so it's like it's a girl with a lot of ambition, very young, implicating herself in serious issues, and I think that's a very positive image to send to the new generation of women out there. Very, very inspiring. So that's it, you guys. That was my top 20 contestants of Miss Universe 2020. Once again, just a quick reminder, this is merely based on the close-up videos that were released on the Miss Universe YouTube channel. So when the competition starts or we get more material from the contestants, this ranking might change at any point. I did not rank them from like top to bottom or anything like that. I just put 20 of the strongest contestants in my opinion, based on the things that I was able to find on Miss Universe website. I want to know if you agree with my ranking, if you think that I missed someone, like, or did I put someone in there that you don't agree with. Once again, we can have this conversation, we can just have fun with it, guys. It's a beauty pageant. I want to know your opinion, but let's all stay respectful. Let's not send any hate in any way, shape or form to any of these amazing women, and instead let's celebrate them, let's uplift them, let's encourage them in this amazing journey that they have just recently started. If you have any videos recommendations, by all means let me know, because I'm always on the look for new type of videos, new content, so let me know that in the comment section as well. And while you're at it, as usual, just leave a like on my videos that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. But before you go, just come here and give me a hug, because that's a little tradition on this channel. You know that I love you, that I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending a few minutes out of your day here with me. And as usual, until I see you next time, please stay safe, be kind to one another. Sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I'll see you on the next one.